What's up, everybody? This is Chris Nichols, and you're listening to an episode of the Nichols and Dimes Show featuring Asante Sefa-Boakye. Enjoy. Asante, man, what's going on?
What's up, bro?
Man, it's good to see you, dude. It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while, man. A whole month and a half, maybe. Yeah,
that's true. But I guess before
But in the
that,
grand scheme, you're right, man. It's been a minute.
Man. It's cool. Good. Yeah, it's good to reconnect with you, man. We go way back.
Super.
I'll give them the background on us being friends, but let me first start with an introduction on you, so they know who you are. But guys, I'm here today with Asante Sefa-Boakye, who is CEO and founder of Black Star Polo.
Yep.
Founded in 2021. Which is a nonprofit designed to give aquatic opportunities to underserved Africans and African Americans.
Dang.
As a part of this, he is currently building a water polo league in Ghana, where his family is from. In addition to Black Star Polo, Asante is a recording artist and musician. He is from Coronado, California, and is very often traveling back and forth between San Diego and Ghana.
You got it.
Man, what a schedule. You got a few things going on, huh?
Jeez Louise, I got too many things going on. A million plans, but only two hands, like they say.
A million plans, but only two hands. I love that, man. I can relate a little.
It's too much, bro.
Yeah, man. So we go back to our middle school days.
Yeah, legit, man. Legit middle school.
Yeah.
Water polo summers, man.
It's crazy. And here we are in our 30s, you know?
Yeah. Dude, in a blink, though. Like,
I know.
legit in a blink, you know? Like,
yeah.
I was thinking, like, it's crazy, you know, in the past decade.
Yeah.
Just where everything was the past decade ago, you know, and comparing things then and then now. Because I'll even go and I'll teach at the high school sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like a completely new generation of kids there.
Oh, yeah.
A new wave, it's just wild, bro. It's wild.
I mean, time has flown, man. But
too fast.
Yeah. But yeah, we really, you know, came to know each other through water polo. We both played water polo growing up, and we both played in college.
Yep.
You went to Cal Lutheran, right?
I did. You were Santa Clara.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep. But yeah, we always stayed in touch through our college days, and you know, I think the COVID years kind of just forced everyone apart.
Yeah.
For all kinds of reasons, but it's good to reconnect, and we're kind of living normally again. And
the COVID year was crazy, bro.
It was insane.
I guess the COVID years. You're right. The COVID years, because it really changed the whole rhythm of the world.
Yeah, for real, man.
Legit.
Yeah. See if you could pull that closer to your lips a little bit.
There we go. Check.
There we go. Cool.
All right, bang.
Yeah. All right, man. So I want to start with your family background, your life growing up.
Okay.
You have some interesting lineage, right?
Like, yeah, I do.
With some, is it with some Ghana royalty? Is it?
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, tell us about that.
I'm born here in Coronado. My name is Prince Asante. That's my legal name. Prince Kofi Asante Sefa-Boakye. And mom
you heard the prince in there, guys.
You heard it. I can't. Secret's out. Mom is from here in California, from LA, and my dad is from Ghana, West Africa. Mm-hmm. He grew up in an area called Kumasi, which is the real cultural capital of Ghana. And his father, my grandfather, was the chief of a prominent tribe over there in Ghana called the Asante tribe.
Okay.
You know, it's really more popularly referenced as the Ashanti tribe. That was the name given. It was colonized by the British. So the Asante tribe, Ashanti tribe of the Asante Hene, that was my granddad. He was a part of that lineage. Yeah. So the way when I say we all, my older brother, my younger brother, all of us, we have Prince in front of our first name as a homage to, you know, his greatness and all the cool stuff that he did, because he was a doctor, a politician, a philanthropist. He did so many things. Now they even have a hospital building dedicated to him. He's got a golden statue of his head on Sefa-Boakye Drive. He's got his own street. Wow. It's wild, man. And sometimes even when I go back and I go to different areas and I tell them my last name, they're like, wait a second, are you the same Sefa-Boakye that we saw over there? And they're like,
that's
crazy.
Cool.
It's crazy,
so
man.
So you're kind of a celebrity when you go back.
Yeah, bro, it's wild now.
That's wild.
Oh, it's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's so wild. It's so wild. So, but yeah, shout out to Granddad. Shout out to the family. Shout out to West Africa.
Yeah. So what brought your dad to the U.S.?
Man, I think it's so funny, as simple like, so my dad was one of, I think, 10 blood siblings, but grew up in a house of 20. Because my grandfather, he would go out in the village and adopt kids, that were disenfranchised.
Wow.
There's even a story of my grandfather going to funerals where a kid's father would die, and he'd be like, all right, you're coming with us.
Whoa.
We're going to take care of you now. And my dad would just say he grew up in this house of all these kids. The boys were in one room, girls were in another room. And my dad is the youngest of all those kids. Not all of them, but was the youngest of his sibling line. And our oldest auntie, his oldest sister, it started with her. I think she had the choice of going to LA or New York. And as fate would have it, she chose California.
Yeah.
And that's where we all came.
Wow.
We all just followed her. Yeah, so...
Wow.
That's that. And it's wild. And then, Dad went to school here, undergrad at USC, medical school UCLA, did a residency in Arizona. And I think, again, simple as he had a conference here in San Diego for medicine. And he came to Coronado and was like, you know what? This is nice.
Yeah.
I think I like it here.
That's wild. What kind of doctor is he?
He's OBGYN. Delivers babies.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So... He's delivered like 30,000 babies. Probably.
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous, man.
That's incredible.
Crazy. Some of those babies he's delivered.
Yeah.
Because I'll substitute at the high school sometimes. I've taught them.
Wow.
Because I'll write my name on the board.
That's wild, man.
And they'll be like, wait a second, I know this last name. Is your dad a doctor? So yeah, I think he delivered me.
That's
like, yo.
God, man.
Some kids even that he's delivered, I've given them swim lessons. It's crazy, bro.
Man, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I knew I had that experience as well here. So we're both Coronado babies. I was also born here.
Yeah.
And then I, of course, grew up in Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah, but then... the guy who delivered me, he would kind of show up once in a while with family events, and it was just it's kind of funny.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Man, yeah, that's crazy. So I'm kind of here. I'm already seeing like some similarities between you and your grandfather, because you said your grandfather, he basically just honestly like almost aggressively went after to help people.
Yeah,
right, to bring them in.
It's wild, and I think that was just something. I don't know, like when you know about your parents or your family, this and that, you just kind of know who they are and what they do. Like we had the story that, your granddad did this and this and that. And okay, cool. And then now to kind of put that in practice, it's kind of like, oh yeah, this is exactly what they were talking about. You know? It's cool to be able to now see, oh, okay, this is what my granddad was doing. Like this makes sense, It's dope, man.
Yeah. When did you start going back? Had you been going to visit Ghana your whole life, or did you start when you were older?
It started after high school. That was kind of the deal in the house. Was you get your grades, study. Once you graduate high school, we'll do the trip. And my dad took my older brother first. Yeah. And then the year after I graduated high school, we went. It was my dad and my younger brother and myself. And that was the first time. And that was a trip, bro. Yeah. I mean. You want to talk about complete, no pun intended, night and day comparisons.
Oh, man.
Growing up in Coronado to then going to Africa.
Yeah.
Bro.
What was that experience like, that first one?
I'll never forget that experience, man. I will never forget. Like from landing to getting out of the airport, to going in the street, to meeting family that I had no idea that I had. Cousins, uncles, aunties that I've never met before. Again, I was 19, I think, when I first went back. Yeah. And it was just like, wait a second, like this is like, I always knew that, I had family from Ghana, but going there to actually see it was like, wow, this is a trip. Yeah. And it's cool too, because I got this great name, Asante. Yep. And growing up, just getting used to people mispronouncing it and nobody can even say it and having to hide in the seat when the teacher's doing roll call. And then I go to Ghana and it's like, I meet 5 or 6 different people named Asante. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, dude. Yeah. This must have been like what it was like, for someone named Thomas or Chris or Jake, I was like, yo, dude, or Ryan. I was like, wow, this is wow. And I remember I would get so excited, like, your name's Asante too? And they'd be like, yo, relax, man. Like, that's Asante over there. He's also Asante. Like, chill. And I was like, okay, you're right. It was very exciting, So that was the first time going back, and that was kind of when the idea was like, okay, dude, this is a place that, I have, and I can, I should do something about that, figure it out.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. Gosh, so you really connected, would you say, with a sense of identity or?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Because, definitely stood out in Coronado for more than one reason. Yeah. Great. And you're incredibly handsome on the island.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the bigger reason. Yeah.
No, but like, the identity, it was always just every water polo team, every class, I was just there, and it just got so ingrained that I didn't think twice of it. And then you're like, I'm the different one here, but then you go and you kind of, I don't even want to say reclaim, but you just identify with your identity. It's like, yo, dude, like, this is I remember I said that it's like a life changing, like a rebirth experience, and it was really great. It's something that I always speak about, and I definitely encourage people to do that, to have that sense of belonging in that home, because it's a feeling that I think is so very necessary for everybody to be like, all right, this is where I belong, this is where I came from, this is where I can identify most. It's really cool.
Did you get inspired then from your first experience in Ghana and then those after that to get into the things you've been working on over the past few years?
Definitely. I'd say that was definitely the inspiration of like, yo, what can I do here? Because when I first went, it was probably second year of college, and was still just full into water polo training, still even like, I got the national team, bro. I want to play abroad. I want to do this and that. So that's where the mind was at. So, and it was the summertime. So I was still in like preseason training, summertime training. And I was like, yo, how cool would it be to make a team in Ghana for water polo? Man.
Okay, when did you come up with that idea?
I think it was when I was there. Wow. I was over there in 2011. And then, crazy enough, the story is ridiculous. I had a coach in, where was I, bro? It was in LA. I think it was in LA or Los Al. And it was like, yo, I just got a crazy email from somebody in Ghana talking about water polo. And I was like, what, dude? No way. Yeah. But send me that contact. Then I reached out, and it was like, hey, I'm from the U.S. I play water polo. What's up? And I'm like, oh, wow, okay, this is really cool. Well, I don't know, man. We can figure something out. And I remember I first even told the dream to Jesse. Jesse Smith. Okay. Yeah, shout out to Jesse Smith. Yep. We were at the pool one day. It was after high school. He was training. We were just chopping it up, asking about the Olympics and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yo, dude, to be real with you, water polo is kind of on the rocks because Olympics promotes diversity. If there's no diversity in the sport, it's going to get cut. And I was like, oh, man, well, let me just go to Ghana and make my own water polo team.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I never thought of it like that.
It's crazy. It blew my mind. So it was a dream that I had, and then it was like a joke when I delivered it to Jesse. And I was like, ha, 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 ha. Yeah. And I was like, but let me just put this right here. Yeah. Hang on to this. And then went back 2018 to move my dad's mom back to Ghana because she was the matriarch here. Finally moved her back to Ghana. And I brought some equipment, some balls and caps. Janaiker helped me out. Shout out to Janaiker, the Coronado Olympian.
Hell yeah.
And that was really the birth of like, all right, we've got some stuff. We got some tools. We got a guy who's committed, linked up with the federation, and that was really what kind of put things into motion. And then went back again to visit family in 2019 and did a big show out there, opened up for Rick Ross.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, opened up for Rick Ross at a festival.
Okay, we got a few things to
we got a lot, man.
To click on what you just said.
Yeah.
I want to just give more of a preface on water polo, though. How did you get involved in playing water polo as a kid here in Coronado? And let me just say this though for people just to get an idea. So water polo in Coronado is actually a pretty big sport. Coronado in San Diego, it's been a historically very good water polo community school. They've sent numerous Olympians out. So naturally it's people are aware of the sport being a good program here. Yeah. But how did you specifically get involved?
Man, it's so funny. Again, I'm one of 3 kids. I'm the second born. And we went into all the different sports. And I was a chubby kid growing up, so I did not like sports. But we did baseball, we did soccer, I did tennis, even did golf, man. And I didn't like anything. But there was no choice because everything the older brother did, I had to follow suit. And we had asthma growing up. And funny enough, I think it was Jesse Smith's mother reached out to our family and was like, hey, your boys have asthma? Well, you should try swimming. I said, okay, legit, let's try swimming. So I didn't like swimming, but again, had to jump in it because the older brother was doing it. Yeah. And then through swimming and water polo, they're literally hand in hand. And just joined the water polo. I guess not joined, I was thrown into water polo as well. Didn't like it, but I didn't like being so behind and so last place in all the swimming. And then I just got real serious and stuck with it. And then high school was when it really clicked. I started getting good. Yeah. Started losing weight as a chubby kid, and man, now I've played all over the world and started a brand new league.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what did it for me. It was just the reference from a family member or from a Coronado family saying, "Hey, put your kids in swimming because it helps asthma." And it was tough, bro. I remember working out with the older kids.
Yeah.
You know, getting beat up by the high school kids. You know, just the rough play.
Yeah.
But in the long run, it's been a pretty cool journey.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, I want to connect this to the whole thing you're building now, right? Like serving the underserved Africans and African Americans in aquatic sports. Right. Obviously, there's that stigma out there, right? With the Black community and swimming and whatnot not being super available, right? Or not being a big popular sport.
Right.
Like, well, I guess did that ever cross your mind when you were a kid, or were you kind of just integrated with the really white community of Coronado?
You know, there was it was definitely there.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, like, it just became second nature. Like, yeah, okay, you know, we're Black in Coronado. Like, and water is wet, you know?
You just didn't think much of it.
No, didn't think much of it. And it's like, it's undeniable too. And I think I was lucky enough to have my older brother in the sport too. So I had
So he kind of made that first step.
Yeah, there was a reference there. But, it was definitely an obvious thing of like, all right, well, there's no other representation in the sport. We hear the thing, Black people can't swim. We see the lack of it, blah, blah, blah. But those are just, all side factors, because then it just got to a point of like, all right, whatever the case is, I'm here and I'm playing the sport now. Yeah. So let me just ride this thing out. And now, that was the case through high school, through college, to playing, doing training in Europe. And then the first time I got to see more representation was actually when I was on a team in Brazil. So it wasn't until I left the country that I started to see more diversity in aquatics.
Yeah.
It was a trip.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And then...
I forgot you did that. You played in Brazil.
Yeah, man. I played in Brazil 2016 and 2017 in Rio. That was a trip too.
I bet.
Dude, everyone was just so good, bro.
Really?
They were just, national team experience. Some of the people on my team just finished playing in the Olympics.
Man.
They were on the Brazil Olympic team.
Oh, geez.
Had an Olympic goalie in our practices, bro. And I was just there, just doing my best to keep up. And I did a pretty good job.
Good. Okay.
But it's and then now with the thing in Ghana, that's when the light bulb really clicked.
Yeah.
To like, wait a second, we don't have any representation in this sport. Wait a second, like, wow, I really was. Like, in every picture, I stand out. And, that is what kind of adds to more of the fire of pushing this program, Black Star Polo, and saying, you've never really seen a whole bunch of, African Americans in the sport, but now we're going to make it undeniable, make the presence undeniable. Yeah. And for all those reasons of lack of access, lack of resources, lack of opportunity, lack of appeal, lack of interest, where's the Michael Jordan for swimming and water polo?
Right.
And just look at the impact of him on that sport.
Why do you think it is? Do you think it's really mostly what you just said around the resources available in certain communities? Like pools, for example, they're expensive to maintain.
Yeah.
How would you describe
it's a lot of things, man. It's a lot of things. I mean, surface level is definitely access in the community. Pools at the end of the day are also super expensive to maintain. Yeah. You got chemicals, you've got maintenance, you've got all kinds of stuff. So just that in the community, and also it's just cheaper to lay out a basketball field or kick the ball around on a field of grass.
Right.
Digging deeper, you've got the history in the U.S. where you've got the history of exclusion and racism and segregation and wide-only pools. Then you go deeper, and it's got trauma to even Africa and even across the transatlantic slave trade, where you've got people, on the boat in chains, like, yo, man, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore, to jumping off and drowning.
I never thought of this.
Bro, man.
Such a good point,
I've been all through it.
Yeah.
So when you see that as a kid, whether you're watching the trauma on the ship, or you're watching the trauma from segregation, or you're watching how difficult it is to get close to water, you're going to take the easier route and say, okay, let me just stick to this, because this thing makes me, uncomfortable. And I've met people, bro, it's crazy. I've met people that are terrified of the sight of water.
Yeah.
Like, I was with a friend in Ghana, it didn't make a friend, but I made a friend. She works at a pool.
Yeah.
The pool is downstairs and she has a little salon upstairs.
Okay.
And she was talking to me and was like, if I look at a bucket of water for too long, I get an anxiety attack. And I'm like, yo, for real? Because people have those drowning experiences. People have those water, the terrors, because of the history of a lack of access and resource and even just water knowledge. It's, even people that live on the coastal areas, like the fishermen communities, they just know water because I'm going to go fishing to pull fish out and sell it. Yeah. But man, we get drownings in Ghana from the fishermen communities where they're in the boat. Yeah. Boat will tip over and they'll drown.
Oh boy.
It's crazy, man.
Wow.
So it's many parts, bro. It's a lot of layers to the reason why there's not a lot of representation, and it's cool to recognize the amount of movements that are being made. Like you got mine, of course. Then you've got others all around the country that are saying. And I know Howard has they've done a pretty good job with getting a new swim team. Howard University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They've got all the black swimming league, and it's a super awesome experience.
Howard's like one of the historically black universities.
Boom.
Okay.
And it's one of the only ones with a pool,
Wow, yeah, that's interesting. That's great.
You look at that, and then you can applaud that, but then the applaud gets slower when you're like, wait a second, you mean just now?
Yeah.
Like, you mean right now we're having a pool? Like, wait a second, what's going on? And even in Ghana, I mean, I'm working with one of the only schools in the country with a pool.
Yeah.
It's a trip, bro.
Wow.
Trip.
Yeah. There's so much there. And that was super helpful, the background you gave there.
Yeah, man.
It's
deep. It's real deep. It's real deep.
It is, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to get back to that, but I just want to keep on track with your journey. So
Solid.
You went to Cal.
Correct.
And what did you study there?
I studied psychology. It was my major, and my minor was Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So did you have any idea in mind of what you wanted to do with that? Because it seems like you kind of really went your own direction.
So growing up, born in a family of educators. Yeah. Like I mentioned, dad's a doctor. His dad was a doctor. My mom, my mother's father, my grandfather was also a doctor. All of her brothers were either engineers or in law or in some sort of prestigious profession. Yeah. So growing up, we were doctors. I was the next doctor in the family.
Okay.
That was me.
Yep.
So high school was like, hey, I'm trying to go to pre-med. College, I was a pre-med majors, chemistry, biology, organic chemistry, physics, bro. All that stuff. And in the back of my mind, I was like, dude, I don't know if I want to stick with this. Yeah. I liked music a lot of the time. So that was my kind of my side, side thing whenever I wasn't studying or playing. Right. And then it got to a point when I was like, I don't think I want to do medicine, but I didn't want to leave that field. So I switched to psychology. Okay. And I was like, all right, let me get to psychology. And then after I graduated in psychology, I actually worked in a clinic for about a year, maybe. Wow. Yeah. And I was giving therapy to people with depression, anxiety, and a bunch of stuff, and kind of going on that path of grad school, getting a master's in probably psychiatry and all that stuff. And but yeah, definitely staying close to the clinic, medical, helping people. That background is that's where the path was. Right. And the music was just the quick, not side track, but that was the quick. All right, I graduated. Yeah. I got my degree. I've worked in my degree. Let me now pursue what I want to do for a little bit, and then give it a shot, and then just eventually go back to school and see what I can do there. Okay. So that was the path, Yeah. That was the path. Okay. So then what came right after college then? Did you go and try to keep playing water polo? Yeah, I did. So it was after college. Man, dude, when was it? I graduated 2015. And then from that summer to that winter into that spring, that summer, that fall, and then spring into the next summer, I was working in the clinic and then doing some side coaching jobs, and that's when I started teaching. Then that fall of 2016 and fall of 2017, that was when I went to go play abroad. But I know that my gift to myself after I graduated, I said, let me work a whole bunch, save some money up so I can just do a tour in Europe. Yeah. And I just went alone and went to different clubs, and I was in Spain. I did Madrid. Wow. I did Hungary.
Whoa, you played in Hungary too?
Yeah, dude, it was just a
these like
snuck in, bro.
Were these pro leagues or?
I was at the place that we were just watching. I was there.
Oh, really?
I was at that pool in Margaret Island. Oh, man, what's the name?
I know. I've been there.
Maria Lake.
Yeah, in Budapest.
Yeah. I was there.
I went there with Thomas actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Thomas played over there. Yeah. Man, I just got to sneak in on one training, on one practice. And they were training for something serious, bro. I remember their drills, and
Man,
I saw
those guys don't mess around.
What was that? I saw Victor.
Oh,
yeah,
I know
him.
that name.
Yeah, Victor.
Jesse brought him up on our podcast.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
These guys, man, oh shit,
it's crazy.
Thomas Casas. I went to the Casas restaurant.
Oh really?
The Italian restaurant. Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow, man.
Man, it was cool. It was real cool.
Yeah. So how'd you hang on? Like, were you able to play with these pro elite and these pro teams?
With some of the teams, yeah. Some of the teams I was able to just practice, and and they would say, hey, okay, just take a cage and just do what you want to do, and it was just cool to be able to like at least keep up and see what it was like at this level, and a lot of it was just okay. Let me get contacts and stay in contact and see where it goes. That was all it was, just making connections.
Got it. Did they give you like any sort of like payments or like,
no? Dude, it was.
They didn't give you like a place to live at least, or
not
food?
when I was in Europe.
Okay.
Because I even just planned to have like a trial run. Like I said, let me go.
Got it.
So I can come back and then better prepare myself.
Yeah.
And then same with Brazil. I said, let me just work up, save some money, and then I'll just go out there and figure it out. And I went and I was able to get some place to stay, and they were able to take care of like all the travel when we did our international tournaments.
Yeah.
Like I was in Rio, and then we did a training trip in Chile. Okay. And then we had a tournament in Argentina, and we ended up winning that tournament. That was really cool. Yeah. But again, man, all these teams that I was on, I mean, water polo, man, these guys are got to be 6'5" at least to even like be considered to make the team. Oh, I remember, man. I know. Sheesh, bro. Yep. I was just keeping up to the best of my ability. And I think that's what allowed me to stay on the travel rosters, because they could be like, all right, dude, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, no, exactly, man. It's a different game out there. Like, I mean, we're you and I aren't small dudes, but compared to some of these guys. Yeah, and I tell people, I'm like, I was the smallest one on my team. They're like, what? I'm like, you don't understand, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Man, so after the water polo tour you took for a few years, was it? Like a couple years? Let's see. Yeah, it had to have been 2015 to 17. Yeah. Okay. Then what? Like, were you still making music throughout this time, and then you came back to San Diego after? What was your main project when you came back? So all the music, that was like a 10-year ago project. It was like 2012, 2013. That was when I started really going all into it and writing music. Then it didn't work out then, so I just went to school, focused on the psychology, focused on graduating. Yeah. Got the degree, and then I said, all right, let me just get back to water polo. And like I would just keep it very vaguely in my back pocket. Like I knew I wanted to do music, but just the way the thing was set up, I was like, all right, well, we got to focus on what it's going to take us where we need to be right now. Yeah. And then after the water polo tour and after I worked, I said, okay, let me just go full in now with the music. And I would go to the studio. I would go to different open mics, like religiously, bro. I'd get there early. Every day of the week, I would hit a different open mic in the city. Wow. And that's where I would get the experience and get the exposure and get the chops, because I knew I was good with performing, is what I wanted to do. And I had enough songs in my, in my, whatever it's called, in my safe to perform them. Yep. And then while I was doing that, I would write new tracks and new lyrics and new verses. And, I would tutor and I would coach and I would sub at the different schools, and that money would go towards studio time. Yeah. Wow. And what a mix, huh? Yeah. Can you believe that? Yeah. So shout out to the District of Coronado for funding my my early rap career. Yeah. Well, you obviously you obviously earned it. So let's talk about the style of the music. You said rap or rap career, and I mean I remember you and we used to freestyle a little bit. Come on, man. Yeah. Yeah, because Nichols and Dimes, that originally was a rap name, man. That's right. That's right. And I pulled that one out, man, from the deep bottom of the drawers here for the show. Bro, that's right. Nichols and Dimes. I'll never forget. Yeah, dude. I was like, yo, dude, that's a dope name, man. Thank you. I actually opened up this show with a little bit of music
of a song I produced in college.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, man.
You got to, man. You got to dig into your repertoire. It's a repertoire.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Man, Nichols and Dimes.
Yeah. So what is your music style like? How would you describe it?
Man, it's so funny. So yeah, my name is Asante, but growing up, everybody would always say it wrong. They'd say Asante. So then I said, all right, let me just... The story is actually, I went to an open mic and I put my full name down. Funny enough, my open mic career started in stand-up. I started doing like jokes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I put my full name down and I was like, dude, no one's going to be able to pronounce this name.
Yeah.
So I said, let me mix it around. What am I going to do? Okay, Sante. Okay, everyone said Sante. Okay, right. So I wrote Sante and then Prince. Last name Prince. And bam, that's how it started.
Oh, so that's why you changed it to Sante Prince.
Sante
okay.
Prince.
And that's just kind of your stage name?
Exactly right.
Got it.
Exactly right. And then, man, I grew up, it was hip hop. That was the big thing. And man, the style of rap is really, you can kind of tell it's who I've worked. I've opened up for Talib Kweli. I did a show for Black Star. That's Talib and Mos Def. He now goes by Yasin Bey. Absol, did a show for him.
Ooh.
Opened up for Rick Ross.
Yeah, where'd you open up for Rick Ross?
I opened up for Rick Ross in Ghana, bro.
Oh my gosh.
It was at a festival. It was like 30, 50,000 people, bro. It was stupid. It was so ridiculous. That was my debut. That was my big festival.
Yeah.
Like a crowning moment of music. I opened up for Rick Ross at a festival in Ghana.
Did you meet him?
Dude, I think we did, just quickly.
Yeah.
It was tough though. I remember, bro, we had a whole motorcycle brigade around him.
Oh, wow.
Security with tasers.
Oh, man.
Back up, bro. It was wild, man.
Yeah.
It was wild, but it was fun. I met a bunch of celebrities that night.
Wow.
In the green room backstage, bro. It was just, and I remember that was so cool because here in San Diego and even here in the U.S., being the opening act, you don't get a whole lot of love. You got to hustle tickets.
Right.
They give you the wristband to go on stage, and like you get a 15-minute set, and that's like 15:01. As soon as your set is over,
They're cutting you.
Bro, they cut the band off. You can't go to the green room anymore. You can't chop it up with the performance. And I'm like, man, this is tough. I was just on stage.
Yeah.
And then when I was in Ghana, bro, I was in the backstage the whole time. They were serving you. Hey, man, what's up? I love your music. Here's my card. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
You want some more food? You want some more drinks? Bro, I was like, man, I was like, thank you, man. We made it. We really made it, so.
Yeah, that's an interesting comparison.
Yeah, man, it was cool because I remember I think I had a couple gigs that year lining up, and that was 2019. And that year was just, again, hustling and grinding, selling tickets, working at the school, doing lessons, tutoring, teaching, and then making money from the shows that I was doing. I was hosting an open mic and just saying yes to every opportunity and doing the show and then not getting to meet the headliners after you work and, getting kicked out of the green room and all that stuff just by the way things are. To then that event in Ghana was like, yo, this is legit. This is cool.
Yeah.
I made it.
That's cool.
It was dope, man. It was really, really dope.
Man, so when you had that experience, open up for Rick Ross in Ghana, how did the music change after that for you?
Man, it was so interesting because it was more like a validation. It was a huge validation. Because it just kind of solidified who I am as a performer. I did some of the tracks that I normally do here, and the crowd reaction was great, if not greater, as it was over there. Then I do it over here, and I was like, all right, dude, like I'm here. I'm where I need to be.
Yeah.
And then, crazy enough, December of 2019 led to January of 2020. As soon as I came back to the U.S. and I did a show at the Music Box that January, and I was the last show of the year at the Music Box because COVID broke out. Wow. So I did my headlining set. I opened up for Vocab Company. Shout out to San Diego. I went into Vocab Company, and then it was a great show. Same deal. And this time was great because I didn't have to sell tickets. They gave me a bunch of free tickets. Hey, give them out to your friends. Man. And then I got paid afterwards. Oh, wow. And I was in the same deal as Ghana. I was in the green room, chilling, relaxing, like I was a headliner. And I was like, yo, dude, all right. Now we're starting to make the serious moves. Okay, I can't wait to go and get in my bag and make more music. And then COVID.
You're just getting the momentum.
Yo, man. Wow. Yeah, it was crazy. Wow. So, it's nice because those experiences are so concrete and undeniable and so real. I have a lot to look back to help me go into the next phase. And I'm just focusing back to music again. Yeah, those moments, man, especially after the grinding and the working and all the side gigs and all the deals that don't go through and all the people you meet and all the this and that and da-da-da-da, to now getting to a point where it's like, no, dude, you are the guy. Like, we know when you're on the show, we're going to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wow. Okay. So obviously 2020 came around, the world ended, and you know, everything performance, entertainment related really got pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Especially for someone who's in your position, who's like, you know, still building momentum and up and coming, right? Like, I mean, all the biggest stars in the world were halted, right? All their tours were canceled, everything.
Yeah. Everything came to a halt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward then to, you know, because you started Black Star Polo in 2021, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So how did you start that?
Man, it was so crazy. So it was just following up on the idea, the dream at Water Polo for Ghana. And it was 2020 when, and mind you, I was in Ghana January of 2020 for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Because after the Rick Ross event. And then I did a camp after the festival, or a small clinic for some kids. Then I came back and I'm like, all right, I did the thing in Ghana. I'm going to put this here. Maybe I'll come back. I don't know when, but I did that there.
Yeah.
Then in the middle of the year, you know, after all the craziness for COVID, bro, things were just so wild here in the U.S. I remember there was the George Floyd situation. There were so many different like racial tension in the country, and then so crazy. I was walking here in my neighborhood and somebody called the security on me.
Man.
I what was it? I made T-shirts that said "It's okay, I live here."
Oh, wow.
Guys, come on. What are we doing here?
Damn. So that was what triggered that.
That was something that definitely made me like, dude, I'm here. I live here, man. I teach, I tutor. After I'm done talking to you, Mr. Security Man, like I'm going to go work and help somebody in the community. Like, man, this is rough, man. Where do I feel like my identity? Where do I feel the most comfortable? What brings me the most joy? And then it was, all right, Ghana.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, dude, what are we going to do in Ghana? I was like, dude, let's just go back and make the actual foundation for this water polo a dream you have in Ghana. Like, go and lay the bricks down. And secretly that's what did it. It was just, you know, the built up of all that stuff happening around, and, you know, being handsome and black and Coronado and everything that comes with that. And I was like, dude, let me just go. And I mean, the world's already over. Let me go where I'm undeniably like welcomed. Yeah. And that was Ghana. And then 2021 was out there. The day that I landed in Ghana was the same day there was the Capitol riots. Here in the U.S. So I had friends being like, yo, dude, just stay over there. Oh, wow. Like, wow. They're like, yo, bro, it's rough over here in the U.S. And was building it up, and it was just starting with like, let me just spread this. Let me just, you know, work with the school that I'm working with, give more equipment, continue to get more teammates, blah, blah, blah. And then it became that bigger calling of, wait a second, there's a reason why there's not a whole lot of diversity in the sport. There's a reason why, wait a second, wait a minute, people drown over here in the U.S. or in Ghana because they don't know how to swim, da-da-da-da. And then that became successful when I was there. And then I came back to the U.S. in the middle of 2021. I was like, wait a second, I can do the same thing I did in Ghana right here in the U.S. working with, you know, the kids that need opportunity. And it was like thinking about, wow, how can I make this work? What should I do? I have a GoFundMe, that's great, but I want to make it more sustainable. And the idea kept popping back in my head about making a nonprofit. And then I was with my brother. We were thinking about names to, names to really sell the thing, the mission. And he was like, hey, you should do Afro Polo. And I was like, okay, I can't think of anything else, so let's do it. And right before I signed the paperwork to make it the name came to me, Black Star Polo. Because Black Star, that's in the flag of Ghana. Famous that's Black Star. It is. Yep. You got the Black Stars for football, for soccer over there in Ghana. People know the Black Stars. Yeah. Famous hip hop group called Black Star, group that I opened up for. Right. Marcus Garvey put a huge movement together called the Black Star Line, pretty much saying, "Yo, guys, you gotta let's just band together and go to Africa. Look at how legit we are together. Let's just unite." So I was like, "Dude, this is the perfect name, Black Star Polo." And then just using that as the catch, like water polo was just the catch to get people excited about swimming and aquatics. Wow. And, know, and that's where it was. Fall of 2021. It was on Marcus Garvey's birthday. That's when I signed the paper. Man. So what is this paper that you signed? That was to officially begin filing the nonprofit. Got it. 501c3. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, bro. Okay, man. So you described that really well of how it started.
I'm impressed how well you explained that, because it makes a lot of sense now. I didn't know this. But what kind of like hands-on work were you doing of building Black Star Polo, in the first year, call it? Like, how were you going out and getting this message out to a community where most people probably didn't know what water polo even was?
Bro, it's crazy because it started with, again, the first school that I was with, and just building it up there. And then it started with, I have this idea of like, okay, there's a huge art center community that lives by the beach, and I said, okay, if they live by the beach, they're fishermen kids, they must know something about water. So let's work out with these kids. And these are all street kids, hustlers, just trying to do what they can do to make some money. So I had one of my buddies connect with another one of my buddies saying, hey, go down there, bring the ball, pass it around, and let's just see who's excited. And then it was working with school kids and then street kids. And then village kids.
Wow.
All that lived by different bodies of water. And kind of remembering that the kids are all competitive, and Africans are very competitive. So just throw a ball in and give them opportunity. All right, who can score? Me.
Wow.
You can't score. No, me, I can score. So, okay, use two hands. No, you have to use one hand. So, okay. So then they score.
So that's how you teach them the rules.
Yes.
That's great.
They get excited, bro. The first time they would score, all the kids would go.
Yeah. So you just show up?
Pulled up, bro.
You just pulled up?
Pulled up. I just pulled up with a ball.
A water polo ball. They're like, what's
pulled up
this?
with the ball, man. They're like, what's this? I was like, no, it's not a football, because they would start playing football with it. And I said, David, I need football. And then just swimming in the water with it, going to the deep side.
Yeah.
That's what got everyone's attention, because people in Ghana and Africa, when you go to the deep side, you don't come back because you drown.
Oh, okay.
Everybody had the story of like, yo, dude.
Whoa.
If you're going out far, the spirit's going to take you, or you're going to drown, and we'll never see you again. Yeah. So when I would start going out far in the ocean, like I would do a buoy swim here in the U.S., people on the shores were panicking, bro. Yeah. Screaming, oh, no, he's gone.
Man,
he's gone.
you blew their mind.
Completely blew their mind.
Because they're like, you look like them. Yeah. They look like you, and they're like, yo. And
you're doing what they tell us not to do.
Yeah.
You're doing what they even beat us because we try to do.
Wow.
Like some of the villages, they would beat their kids saying, don't you dare go near the water ever again.
No way.
It's crazy. So it's like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second. He's doing it. He's coming back. And it's like, yeah, and you can do it too. Come on, let's go. And then just making a super, super safe introduction. Luckily, some of the coaches out there, they are lifeguards. They do work in water safety. So they're all on standby. And just making sure the kids know that when they go out, they can come back.
Wow. Incredible, man.
It's crazy. It's like, and I tell this now, thinking about representation, like when I go out and I swam in the deep side, they were looking at me as if they were watching Michael Jackson moonwalk.
Whoa.
They're like, what?
Yeah.
Dude, this, like, how do you do this? And I'm like, dude, it's simple, and you can do it too.
Yeah.
What you mean, I can do it too? And then, bam, that's it.
And so, wow. So you really inspired them,
bro. It's a trip. I do not give myself the credit, and I've yet to like really sit and reflect in that statement that I've inspired a lot of people. It just hasn't hit. But yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of the kids, they were cool with water, but no encouragement to go to the deep side, no encouragement to play this game in the deeper side, no encouragement to keep up swimming, or like show them, hey, you can actually be a lifeguard, you can be a coach, or you can go to the U.S. and get a scholarship to play this sport. Like that part was never in any of their plans, generationally. Wow. So a lot of these kids are like, dude, coach, thank you. Like, you're a champion. Like, and I'm like, no, dude, you're a champion. It's like, no, coach, you're the one who made me believe I could be a champion.
Wow.
And those moments will be like, oh, snap, bro.
Yeah. That's what keeps you going, huh?
Yo, it's like, let's say we got 10 days, right?
Yeah.
9 out of those 10 days is just stress, exhaustion, blood, sweat, tears, just sacrifice. But then you get one day that completely resets everything. Like the kids are now, look, coach, look, I scored 3 goals today. Look, coach, I can go on the deep side. Look, coach. And then it's like, okay, dude, you recharged me. You've refueled me. It's yeah, man, it's cool. It's really cool. There are many challenges, bro, and they never end. But the payoff, it comes, when the kids call me at 4 a.m. to say they scored a goal, or the kids call me and say, hey, I want, or the kids, they'll draw in their notebooks at school and be like, look, this is me, Coach Black Star Polo. Like,
whoa.
It's crazy, man.
That is so cool, man.
It's super cool.
Yeah, and you've built a big... So, gosh, you really recruited people extremely organically.
Yeah.
From the get, you just showed up and you showed them this cool new thing. Yeah.
Legit.
And it looks like you got a bunch of kids now.
Yeah.
How many people... Are you...
Check it out. We got 7 teams, bro.
7 teams in Ghana.
Went to 7 different regions in the country. And same deal, just pulled up. Some kids go to school, some kids go to college. And most of the kids there, street village kids and living by the beach. So you do the math. Each one of those teams has about 12 kids. When we have our big league games, we have our big opening day and finals, we get about 100 kids on the pool deck. Yeah. And then each of those teams will have like a rep from the community as the coach.
Wow.
So like there'll be like a chief, or like a somebody who watches over all the kids. Yeah. He will pull up and he'll be the coach. Like in Kumasi, we have a coach, and then we have a swim coach. He's the coach for the university kids, and then I got my coaching staff in Accra. That's the main group, and like it's a real community type deal. Like people know kids shouldn't go anywhere alone, and if they're going on a trip, an adult has to be there. So they'll accompany, they'll buy in, and they see the vision. Because. Again, when you're a youth in Ghana and Africa, it's a pass-fail life, man. So when you see this opportunity, you jump on it. You get a chance to leave the village and go to a university pool for the first time. Yeah. Where you get to get fed and you get to be on TV for playing this new sport, and and it's with someone that looks like you too. Yeah. Oh, bro.
So that's amazing, man.
Their whole lives, man, have changed. And like I said, right now we've got invited to go to Italy to compete in Venice for this festival, Haba Waba.
That's incredible.
And these kids were already, their minds were blown when we took them out of the village to go see a university. Now they're getting the opportunity to go and leave the country, bro. Man. Get on an airplane for the first time. We've got them their passports for the first time, bro. Like probably the first in their entire family generation to have the opportunity to leave
the country.
Yeah. Wow. Then they come back and they're like, yo, bro, man, it's crazy. Yeah. These guys over there, they're super tall and super big. Yeah, and then they share that. They are eventually going to do what I did. Yeah. They're leaving to come back and say, no, man, you're using it all wrong. You have to move your arm like this.
Wow. See, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, You're really blowing my mind with how you set this up. It's pretty genius, because of the network effect you're creating here.
Dude, man, it's a long-term plan, and it's a step-by-step, one day at a time deal. That's the only way. That's the only way this way could work, or this thing could happen. It's got to be a gradual, one step at a time, one breath at a time.
Man. Well, props to you, man, for
thank you, bro.
Everything you've built there.
It's a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
Keeping the composure and, a lot of it is like, dude, just trust me, it'll work. Like, just trust me. And to an extent, that's not very tangible. Right. Like cash is tangible. Something is tangible, but like, hey, just come on, this is going to work. I promise you. Just come on. And then for them to see it and then buying into it, that is what sells it, Right. Yeah, it's a grassroots thing, man. It's cool. Yeah,
and so obviously it's a nonprofit. You have to raise money.
Yeah, it never ends.
Do all this stuff. You have to buy equipment. You got to travel back and forth. You got to get people together.
It's a lot, dude. Yeah, it's a lot. I definitely am excited to get better at the, being open about the challenges and being like, hey, man, this is how it is. Every day is a fundraising day. Yeah, and we have to pay for the pool space to rent it for the kids. We have to pay for the transportation, because I'll pull up to their villages and we'll buy 4 Ubers and take them to the pool. Wow. And then when they finish, after we pay the pool space and the water, we'll buy them food and get 4 Ubers to take them back.
Yeah, oh, wow.
So that is a whole day of expenses. And, just getting creative. Like I'll come home and I'll teach and send money to the village, or I'll come home and make these beanies or make some merchandise that can support one day of practice. And, and then at the bottom of the pyramid, which really is the most important one, but it's, you got to take care of what I need to make sure I can keep this thing moving forward. Mm-hmm. And as much as it's like, self-sacrifice, blah, 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 people around me are saying, no, dude, you got to make sure you're legit, because if you're exhausted, the whole thing falls, and it's a lot, man. It's a lot. And it's cool to be among other people that do nonprofits and get involved in entrepreneurship and all are about this, following this vision, this dream. Because we all get the language. Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We just have to be creative, but be direct when we're asking for help, asking for what we need.
Man.
Yeah.
So how can people support Black Star Polo? You know, I went to your fundraising event a couple months ago.
Yeah, you did.
Hosted in Imperial. Yeah, that was awesome. Imperial Beach. You had some music. You performed. You had some other musicians come through.
Yeah, man, it was lit.
Yeah.
It was lit. It was real lit.
And you had merch. You have the beanies, your shirts. How can people... You know, what's available for people to get involved to help?
We got a lot of stuff, man. The first thing you can do, easiest one, is you make a donation to our GoFundMe page. The plan with that one is to cap out the goal, so then I can direct everything to our nonprofit, which is blackstarpolo.org.
Yeah.
That's where people can make that charitable tax write-off donation. And then eventually you won't have to wait until a show to buy merch. You'll just go to the website and say, okay, I want 4 beanies. Okay, sweet, I want a tank top. Sweet, I want a crew neck.
Cool.
And all that stuff goes to supporting the program, you know.
Nice.
And that's been what's been keeping this thing moving, literally off of GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And the kindness and generosity of my community here in California, here and across the map, you know. And I think this year will be the last year of trying to, you know, put all the puzzle pieces together, because then the plan is to have everything run smoothly. You know, getting monthly donors, getting people to just continue to, you know, support buying merch or telling people about it, and writing a tax write-off donation during the holidays and this and that. But, you know, I wanted to keep it simple first, because I've had a lot of people say, man, I want to give you $10,000, but I literally only have $10. So here's what I can give you.
Wow.
And that's what the GoFundMe is for. Because that $10, bro, it still helps.
Yeah.
And it gives people that opportunity to give whatever they can.
Yeah.
I've seen $1 donations on GoFundMe. You know, I've seen $5. I've seen 500. It ranges, man. It's cool. It's cool to be able to create something that gets people excited to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. That's incredible, man. Well, I want to end it with two things. Just one, let's start with this.
Sure.
Like, I'm trying to summarize, you know, you've been building things, right?
Sure.
Like, and the question that I ask is, what's an entrepreneurial life hack that you might share with others in your own way? You know, like it could just be a lesson you've taken away that's unique to you, that you think can help people who are trying to build something, trying to make an impact, right?
Right.
You know, based off your challenges and successes.
Yeah.
What would you say that is?
Biggest one, man, is patience.
Ooh, that's good.
Patience is the biggest one, bro.
Yes, that's a good one.
Man, it's and the thing about building, bro, is you have to see the bigger picture, and you have to have the faith in yourself more than anybody else. Yeah. You know, you have to put the energy in yourself before people can buy into it, you know, and just takes patience, man. It's cool how we're in this, what's it called? We are in this instant gratitude IG world. Yeah. Where our attention span is now 15 seconds. Yeah. And everything is, I need it now. That you forget. Right. When you plant a seed, an apple seed, the tree's not going to grow tomorrow. Yep. You got to just water it and water it and water it. And some days you see a leaf, some days nothing. But that patience and, you know, it's a daily thing. Yeah. Don't believe in the illusion of the finish line. Because you will make it, but then you're gonna have the and then what? You know, like you know, you gotta just keep finding a way to keep moving. Yep. You know, and just to be still, because the best I found with what I do, when I go out to seek the opportunity, or when I go out to find something I think will push me forward. Yeah. It's not bad. But the stuff that comes and finds me beats it out every time. Yeah. Like the opportunities that have found me, it's the comparison is just completely, there's no comparison, you know? Yeah. There's no comparison like the stuff that will come to find you. That is what will really take you. So just be patient for those opportunities and, you know that thing can happen to you. That thing can come to you. Yeah. That's so good, man. Appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, man. Well, you know, given the type of people I'm having on the show, people like you who've got cool stores, building something, you know, really neat, and, you know, entrepreneurs. Do you have anyone in mind that you think I should have on the show? Yeah, man. I got a couple people actually. Dude, I got one guy. He's working with my business partner right now. We put together this festival business, Hip Hop at the Spot.
Okay.
He, what's it called? He runs a shoe customizing class.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Chris. Man, just shout out to Chris.
Yeah.
You Google SD Custom Footwear, and we got a warehouse over in downtown where you can make your own shoe. You buy it out. He actually made the shoe that you will see in the new Michael Jordan movie about the Jordans.
Yeah.
He made those shoes.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
okay.
right next to his studio is my business partner, Dr. Fix Your Face. And man, we've been building together. We've been building, like respectively.
Yeah.
He came up to me and was like, yo, bro, let me buy a ticket to your show. And we did a festival. And, it's just been like, all right, he's been doing his thing. I've been doing my thing. And we just pass the ball back and forth. And whenever we get the chance to connect when the lines are all aligned, we make something beautiful happen. So definitely my man at SD Custom Footwear. I got a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
The hip hop community is huge. One of my homies is doing a big show, bro. It's crazy. Hip Hop Weds, they do good podcasts as well.
Okay.
It's a lot, man. Don't come for me if I don't shout you out right now.
Yeah.
Because I literally know a million people.
Yo. Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I'll follow up with you on those guys. And
yeah, definitely.
And I'll, probably ask about some of those other people that you didn't mention right here.
I'll put some people together, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Man, how can people find you? We talked about how they can support, what kind of options they have to donate or to buy merch or, go to shows. But like, what's social media can people find you at?
So the best thing right now, you can check out the social media page of Black Star Polo. That's at BSPWPC. Then we got the Instagram page of the Water Polo Club in Ghana at AWWPC. Man, it's crazy. You can just Google Ghana Water Polo. Yeah. You'll see all the press.
Wow, a lot of press.
A lot of press, which has been really cool. We got published on the Olympics website.
That's awesome.
Huge. That was huge. I'm working to get my social media presence back up on Instagram.
Yep.
Good God, man. Be careful out there. These streets.
Oh, man.
They don't favor anybody. I got hacked and the page got deleted. But we're working to get it back.
We're working on it.
Yeah, you catch me there at SANTE Prince. Catch me there on Facebook. Catch me there. Twitter, everywhere, man. And
nice.
Definitely the GoFundMe, man. Ghana Water Polo, GoFundMe.
That's right.
That's it, man.
I love it. Man,
well, we're at.
Hell yeah. Well, Asante, thanks so much for sharing all this, man. I think we really hit everything. That was awesome, man.
It was cool,
incredible
man.
things you're working on. And I want
to
continue to watch your success building this and support however I can. And man, I want to buy some merch from you, man.
Hey, man. Don't worry, we're printing out a fresh batch of beanies.
I love it.
And I think I'm gonna do another show coming up at the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I know I want to do also. I'm doing a big fundraising push to help this team go to Venice in June. So look out for all the opportunities there, and all my people out there that want to help contribute to history, man. Just tap in and change the world and the lives of these kids. That's what we're doing.
No, it's amazing things, man. And yeah, for real, dude. I appreciate you sharing, and thanks for being on the show, man.
Thank you for having me, bro. It's been real.
Yeah.
Legit.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Peace.
I just don't know how. Slow down now. I just don't know how.
Thank you for joining our conversation today on the Nichols and Dime Show. Please check out and follow my podcast Instagram at Nichols and Dimes Show. I'd love to have you subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or YouTube. You can also find it on my website. I welcome and encourage any feedback you can share in the reviews so I can continue to improve and develop the show. Thanks again, and see you next time.